Good morning, everyone. I hope traffic wasn't so bad. I got stuck in the 110. I'm Aaron Day. I'm the CEO and chairman of Amaze Holdings. For those of you who don't know about Amaze, we own several companies, and I'm going to give you a quick overview. We own Amaze Studio. We own a company. We own Spring by Amaze, which is becoming Amaze Commerce. We own Teespring. We own a wine company called Fresh Vine Wine, which is created and launched by creators. We have a product called Cast, which is a live streaming, live shopping application independent of a social media platform. And we're going to introduce a few new products to you today, new companies to you today in the presentation. If you got a chance to visit our booth, we have a Creator Confessional running. We've had over 300 creators come to the booth in the last couple days, doing very intimate one-on-ones with them, getting their feedback. We've been doing this all year long, so it was good to listen and validate and just continue to hear from everyone what we've been hearing for the last year. So last year was our first year being at Adobe MAX. It was a big event for us. In Miami, we launched the first integration with Adobe Express inside of our e-commerce platform, Spring by Amaze. Creators came in, they could see our launcher and all of our product capabilities, and they were able to use the generative AI from Adobe Express to create products. It was a very exciting moment. We had two big creators on stage, Star Wars Theory and Don Marshall. They talked about the experience. They showed real life examples. Then a few months later, we actually took the Amaze Commerce engine and we put it inside of Adobe Express. So now anyone that's designing anything in Adobe Express can actually click a button and start selling something anywhere around the world within seconds. So that was last year. So we did all that last year, built this great relationship with Adobe. Things really went well, lots of positive feedback on both sides. And then we kind of got intimate. So we spent some time this year thinking about, really what should come next. What's the next phase of the creator economy? What do creators care about? How do we really help them accelerate? We spent a ton of time, ton of money investing in data capabilities, new AI-powered tools to help creators not just create content, but automate their process. We built strategic relationships all over the place. So if you don't know it, we're integrated with YouTube and TikTok and Discord and Twitch and OnlyFans and Adobe and all these different platforms where we help creators meet their communities in very personal ways. So we did all this work to try to bring them together, and really, if you sit down, if you are a creator, if you listen to a creator, you're still hearing 3 or 4 very, very, very dominant themes. And so our company, our friends at Adobe, everyone's very focused right now on trying to figure out how to take this to the next level. Lots of conversation around AI, what AI means. Lots of conversations around monetization, frustrations around monetization. And then overall, just lots of conversations about workload and allowing creators to do what they do best. So if you come to our booth and you kind of walk through and you see the process, what you're going to see is creators are saying 3 or 4 major things. Three main things, and then one sort of extra thing that we'll talk about in a second. So let's talk about AI. So predominantly, over 80% of creators are saying they're already using AI. The conversation about AI, though, is, how do they separate from being a lookalike, and how do they stay authentic? So you're hearing things from creators like, it's a lookalike world now. Feeds are flooded with clones of my content. I'm chasing connection. AI is chasing content. That's a big problem for me. I'm not anti-AI, I just want tools that's going to help. So you hear lots of statistics, lots of data coming in around how the creator economy moves from the current state to the next state. We'll talk about that in a second, but integrate AI in a very positive way. The other thing, and this hasn't changed much in the last year or two, but you continue to hear all these comments. My biggest video hit 2 million views, and I earned $63. I built an audience. The platforms got rich. We hear this all the time. Fans want to buy, but every path leads to redirect hell. And going viral gave me visibility, but not stability. So you've got this overall theme of, I'm going viral, but I'm not viable. It's very important. We're hearing it all the time. And then the stat still hasn't changed. If you go back 3 or 4 years, only about 10% of influencers were making over $100,000 a year. And that number really hasn't moved much. So there's a lot of work that we all have to do to think about how do we help creators monetize better. Okay, the really, really massive theme that you're hearing about a lot, if you walk around the show, listen to creators, listen to what they're saying, watch the information, is this speed to moment. And we're going to talk about a lot today. It's like, how do I optimize this moment when I become very, very popular on my social feeds and monetize it very quickly before that moment fades, right? So you're seeing things like a creator starts to trend, and all of a sudden, they're blowing up, but they're not catching it. They don't have products ready. They don't have a link in bio ready. They don't have an affiliate deal ready, and then it trends down. The algorithms kick them out, and they're not performing, right? So there's this moment in time where they need to perform really, really, really well. It's speed. It's all about speed. And then the last thing, which maybe Adobe doesn't want to hear this, but the easy part is content. When you talk to creators, they don't have any complaints or any major complaints about creating content. They love creating content. That's what they do. That's why they're passionate about it. But what they don't like, and what the data really enforces, is that they don't like all the other things: accounting, pitching, working with brands, editing, marketing, all these things that are coming through. They're not. Many of them weren't trained as professional business people. They don't want more tools. They want more automation. So it's very interesting to see what they're saying. So we're going to take you through how Amaze is thinking about this going into the future, how we're going to become more and more relevant in helping creators monetize, emphasizing that the creator economy isn't slowing down, it isn't broken, it's just evolving, and it's evolving very, very quickly. And what does that mean? And the theme today is moments. It's how do we capitalize these moments that happen for creators to really accelerate their brand, their community. So let's meet Maya. Maya is a food and pop culture creator. She spends most of her time thinking about how to create unique food and share it with her community. She's got a decent following. She's got 120,000 people on YouTube. Every one of her videos that she hosts has 25 to 60,000 views. Maya's doing things right. She's consistent. She's authentic. She's connecting with her community. One night, Maya's sitting there looking through her feeds. She's watching her community, looking what they're doing, talking about jewelry and all these other things, and she just gets this idea. She goes into her kitchen. In my era, she launches a new pie recipe. She films it. Basic video. She's very happy with herself. She goes to sleep. She wakes up in the morning. She's got 280,000 views. What just happened? Maya just had her moment. What does Maya do? What do most creators do? They're like, what just happened? And then they get excited about it. They dance. Last year you saw Don Marshall just blow up on screen about one of his Lord of the Rings posts. But what do? The algorithms start to slow down. They start to fade. So you have to react. You have to be prepared. So what we built this year, with lots and lots of work on database and AI and data, is something new to you, new that we're bringing to you today, called Amaze Moments. Amaze Moments is a new AI platform, and what it's doing basically is as creators come in to our platform, they register all their social handles, they register their information, and then we start watching, we start listening, we start following what's happening. So our AI engine is watching the communities around Maya, the communities around every creator on our platform. And then what happens basically is those moments that as they start to run, our AI engine is aware of them before Maya is. So it goes into action. It starts to prepare. It starts to think about what's trending for Maya. Her My Era pie all of a sudden becomes products, merchandise, new content, all being prepared for her while the data is trending on all her feeds. So she wakes up, she gets this email from Amaze Moments saying, Maya, would you like to take advantage of what's happening right now? and she gets products already built for her with designs that are already made based on her social feeds. She can go in, she can edit them. Those products are ready to sell. They can be immediately posted in all her social channels through all the platform partnerships that we have. And then she starts to realize, I don't just have a following in 2D social platforms, I have a following in Roblox and other 3D platforms. And she goes, well, wouldn't it be interesting if I created a virtual vision of myself? And then a new product that we have that we launched this summer called Amaze Digital Fits, which allows users and creators in Roblox to create virtual avatars, kicks in, and now we create a virtual version of Maya that connects with her communities in the virtual world. All this is happening under the hood for Maya so she can optimize that moment when she got 280,000 views. And then at the end of this, which is exciting and a little bit of a sneak peek here, we then use the AI engine, use Moments to start feeding her content into other channels. We just recently announced that we bought the food channel. So all of a sudden Maya's food recipe that's trending everywhere gets pushed into the food channel. And Maya starts to build a new community of new fans and new followers. So within a moment, Maya's moment of inspiration, that lightning in a bottle that she caught, is expanded without Maya having to do anything. So the problems Maya's facing, overworked, not enough monetization, not enough reach, all those things were just done for her. So she now has this ability to focus on creating more content, thinking about how to expand it to the next level, get feedback from all her followers, and go even more viral, build an even bigger community. So that's what we're announcing today. We've been getting tons of feedback in the booth about how much people like it, but we wanted to show you a real life example of how it works. So for those of you that are a little bit older, we're gonna give you a real life example of a pretty big name. Some of you may like him, some of you may not like him, but just let's not be political here, okay? So let's talk about Perez Hilton. Okay, so 20 years ago, Perez Hilton was one of the original influencers. Before the word influencer was a word, right? He was amazing at sort of spotting trends, figuring out how to look at what was happening, comment on it. Sometimes controversial, but he was really, really good at it. So now, Perez has been a customer of ours for a while, right? He's got many stores, he sells all kinds of products, but he is a content phenom. He's creating so much content all the time. He doesn't have the ability to like watch what's happening and then react to it and really capture that moment. So what we did is we asked him to be one of our beta test cases for Moments. So this is an actual sort of experience he went through with the Moments AI engine. So he comes in and he says, hey Moments, tell me what's trending on Perez Hilton right now. Our AI engine scans all his social profiles, looks at what's going on, and for today, I don't even care, you guys, I'm tired. That's his trending post. He's getting more hits on that than anything. So he comes back and says, hey Amaze Moments, create some text-based designs for me of that trending comment. All of a sudden, generative AI kicks in, starts designing products for him. Now generate listings and create a store drop for me. So all of a sudden, it starts creating code for him, and it creates a listing for him. So now all of this has happened within seconds, and now on his website, on his social handles, on his social posts, any feeds he has, the products start showing up. But it's not done there. So now, Amaze Moments is watching through the e-commerce engines and through the integrations, what's trending. So all of a sudden someone says, I like that blue shirt better. It starts trending, it starts doing dynamic merchandising. It starts putting the product that the audience, the community, the fan wants to see where the fan is. So it does all this for him through a few simple AI prompts. And then you can buy it. And what you saw at the end there, I'm running a little bit slow at how fast I'm speaking, but what you saw at the end there was this ability to check out and buy something without having to go to a website, without having to leave YouTube. All of a sudden, that product which is trending, whether it's on his website or wherever it might be, you can just click and buy it. So now what's happened is Perez has been able to capture that moment, monetize that moment, connect deeper with his fans, and build that community, right? That's all it's about. So when you think about what just happened now, all these new AI tools aren't just helping generate content, they're helping bring to action things that creators care about. Okay, so that's the high level of what we've been working on. That's what we're showing. That's what the Creator Confessional is about at the booth. But we've also been getting a ton of questions about the food channel. So I'm not sure how much all of you know about the food channel, but we have a lot of food creators on our platform. Thousands and thousands of food creators on our platform. So as we sat down with them this year, we listened. One of the things the food creators were talking to us a lot about is the fact that their communities are sort of just mingled together in all these other platforms, and it doesn't feel really authentic. So we had the opportunity to buy the food channel. So what we're doing right now is we're taking the original food channel network, which has lots of amazing content, recipes, followers, brand partnerships, and we're building it into a new platform. So think Instagram meets YouTube for food channel. And as we do this, we're using some new technologies, but we're building it from the ground up to be commerce first. So food channel will become sort of the next generation of a vertical social commerce platform for creators to build tighter relationships with their communities. So that's our presentation today. How did I do time-wise? Pretty good. So we have about 10 minutes. If there's any Q&A that would like to happen, we can take some questions. Otherwise, that's our presentation. If you haven't had a chance, come by the booth, look at what we're doing. We're sort of that way, all the way at the end by the Sony booth over there.